Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Monday, June 22nd, and you know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Recap. I'm your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. The news is going to be really TNA heavy, so we start off with the recent TNA signings or re-signings. Tasha Steelz has re-upped her contract. Ali has officially signed with TNA. She was on a pay-per deal, and Trey Miguel has also re-signed with TNA. These three have actually been a really, really large part of TNA over probably the last decade or so. On the opposite side of things, there have been a bunch of releases from TNA. Sami Callihan is gone. He thought he was getting a call to join the creative team, which was very shocking on his part. Tommy Dreamer is gone. He was the head of creative. Tessa Blanchard is gone. She was pretty much chosen to choose between her and CMLL, and she chose CMLL. She lives in Mexico. She has a stronghold on Mexico. That's where her life pretty much is. She's been a big part of CMLL. Luke Perron, who's served as a TNA photographer, he is gone, and it looks like the possible replacement for Tommy Dreamer will be Road Dogg to become the new head of creative. And Anthem, TNA's parent company, are addressing these recent releases as a, what are they calling it? A strategic workforce shakeup to make the company more profitable. We're going to dive into that just a little bit more in the news a little bit later. The WWE has having visa issues with a bunch of their wrestlers. Same thing has been going on for AEW as well. The WWE is also scrambling because of the potential Rhea Ripley injury. She has not wrestled since, I believe, the last pay-per-view, and her possibly being out is causing a major shakeup for a bunch of women on both the Raw and SmackDown roster. But back to TNA, they are closing in on a deal with OVW to become their new developmental brand. It's kind of weird. Like, TNA is kind of the developmental for the WWE, but now they're going to have their own developmental. We shall see. There's not many well-known names on the OVW roster, but the ones that stand out to me the most are Lady Larkin and J-Rod. J-Rod is a star in the making. AEW has launched a fast channel on Tubi. This has the first, I believe, 3 years of Dynamite, so that should be really, really fun. No word on how the WWE feels about this. As you know, Evolve airs on Tubi. Back to TNA. Their parent company, Anthem, is looking to possibly get $50 million for TNA. That seems about right for what it would cost. That means The Rock, Roman Reigns could just go out and buy TNA. So Ruka has blacked out her Twitter after backlash over a possible Liv Marie scare. This happened at a house show overseas, and Soul has caught a lot of flack. We will get into the Liv injury later, but she has shut down her Twitter because fans fucking suck. TNA has added, I told you it's a TNA heavy show, has added another key voice to the creative team after Tommy Dreamer's exit. Eric Tompkins will now work directly with Hunter Delirious, who's also worked for, Ring of Honor for many years and ran a creative. We got to get some new voices here. And FTR is stepping away from wrestling after 12 straight years. They are taking a long break. They are taking a vacation. They have earned it. They have maybe 2 matches lined up for the rest of the summer, but they are taking a break to spend some time with family. And it just sucks because with the Motor City Machine Guns and a New Day coming into AEW, that this tag division would sorely miss them. On the injury side of things, Rich Swann is out with an injury. He looks like he got injured in a match with Actually, Jake Chris is also injured, so they both got injured at an independent show. This was the June 12th Revolver show that also featured Billy Starks. We don't know how long Rich and Jake will be out. Ash Balligan's provided an update on her health conditions, since she said unfortunately things were put in a path where I was kind of forced in retirement. She's working on getting back, just trying to get back into the ring, and that's it's all we have for now. Who else? I think that's it for the injuries. Oh, the Liv Morgan injury. We don't know. She was on Raw today and looks like she's fine. Got involved with Io Sky, so it looks like nothing bad there. But that is the news, and she'll be right back with the weekend review. All right, the weekend review. We start off with the Monday Night Raw, how we always do. We opened up with the Bloodline. We get a recap of everything going on. Roman welcomed Jacob Fatu into the Bloodline, gave him his own with a follow, and he likes that Jacob isn't just a fall guy, isn't just a yes man. He then destroys Eric Andre, who was in the crowd. This is all to set up, the crossover with Street Fighter. Roman ordered Fatu to splash Andre twice, and he did it. Our first match of the evening was Io versus Raquel, Queen of the Ring semifinal match. Raquel looked really good here. She overpowered Sky early and controlled action from ringside. Sky rallied with some strikes and corner offense. Raquel regained momentum, but ultimately missed her follow-up, and Sky hit the sunset bomb with the over the moonsault for the win. Liv backstage tried to get Danhausen to help her against Charlotte. Seth said Braun Breaker took his world title from him, challenged Braun to a match at was Night of Champions in a steel cage. Adam Pearce told Lyra that he would make it happen, and Knight accused Pearce of bias towards the Bloodline. Chad Gable said he was going around making amends, and he crossed paths with Theory and Maxine, and he headed to the ring for his match versus Rusev. He defeated Rusev ultimately with the Angle Slam, and then tapped him out with the ankle lock. Rusev went to WWE because he wanted to win matches. Yeah. Ethan attacked Gable after the match until Rey Mysterio made the save. Dragon Lee joined in, and they ran everyone off. Rusev was not happy. Roman told Jimmy that they could have any infighting in the family. Roman questioned why Knight was still running a run. Jay volunteered to handle it, but Jimmy said he talked to him because they're friends. Femi, we got him warming up. Braun says Seth prayed on others for his glory and said the dog always survives inside a cage. We got our next match, which was we got LA Knight. Said he expected Friday's outcome and wasn't surprised. And Jimmy said Solo didn't run with them anymore. Knight asked if they had stopped him from smacking Solo. Jay said he beat Knight fair and square and demanded acknowledgement. Knight told Jay to kiss his ass. Well, then they brought Jimmy super kick Knight. Jay grabbed a chair, but Jimmy held him back, and Knight hit both losers with the chair. Jacob Fatu and choked out Knight. Fatu said the twins didn't like what he did. This was to Roman Reigns, and Roman said they didn't understand him, but Fatu did. Roman whispers instructions to Fatu. Then we got Charlotte versus Roxanne Perez. I feel like we've seen this match before. Roxanne targeted Charlotte's injured hand, and Charlotte fought through the injury, regained control. Alexa Bliss Liv distracted Charlotte, giving Roxanne another opening. Then Roxanne reversed a small package behind the ref's back, by Charlotte countered and won with the figure 8. Javon Evans said he's ready for Jay on Friday night, and Logan said Evans was a generational talent and he belonged in the division, and Evans refused. He then took on Austin Theory. He got the W by DQ after he was going for OV cutter, but Braun speared him out of midair. The Street Profits ran in to make the save. All right, then we got Fatu said he'll handle Knight himself, but the twins, Jimmy and Jay, were upset. Roman said only Fatu needed to understand him and whispered his final instructions. Our main event was the King of the Ring semifinal match between Dominic Mysterio and Oba Femi. The winner goes on to the King of the Ring finals, and this played out exactly how you thought it would play out. Oba dominated, destroyed Dom, advanced to the finals. Nothing new. They tried. They failed. Over on Dynamite, this was A solid show. It gets a thumbs up. I guess it gets a thumbs up. Promos really carried the show. MJF chose his team for not only tonight but Forbidden Door. It will be him, Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, Okada, and Andrade. What's his name? Trent, though he would be chosen as well. MJF was like, I got the, he's got the bomb squad. Andrade refused, but Callis ordered him to do the match. Kenny Omega took on Tony Nese, who had demanded the match. Solid match, but Kenny ultimately won with the V-trigger, followed by the one-winged angel. Zack Sabre and the rest of TMDK confronted Omega, who was backed up by his elite teammates, Young Bucks and Jack Perry. Omega said beating Zack Sabre Jr. will look good on both of their resumes. Jon Moxley and Dan Garcia took on Brodido, and this was solid. This was a really, really fun tag match. This went 21 minutes, but you knew how this was going to go. No, you didn't, because Brodido won the match. They are former World Tag Team Champions. Bandito hit the 21 plex on Garcia for the win. Then we moved backstage to Fletcher and Okada, who ended up beating up Ishii, and they are coming for Takeshita. Ciampa cut a promo telling Jericho to bring a series version of himself, and Cope and Christian ended up beating up the Dogs, who were getting ready for a match, and that match never happened. We got a package for Starlight Kid, who vowed to return to Japan as the AEW Women's World Champion. Tekla said she spit in Kid's mask and proved that she runs AEW. Tekla Lab. When we got to my favorite match of the entire week, ladies and gentlemen, Mercedes Moné, Hazuki, Owen Hart semi-final match. Winner goes to the finals. Mercedes controlled the match early before Hazuki rallied. Hazuki hit many dives and drop kicks, getting the fans to rally behind her. Mercedes regained control with some submissions, and they traded a couple near falls. This was an even battle throughout the whole entire match. Ultimately, Mercedes won with the statement maker for the tap. It's really, really good match. Remember, I think it was 2024. Like I said, these two had the best women's match of the entire year. Then we got a major segment. Ospreay and Swerve confronting each other. Ospreay said, his wife told him to follow his dreams. He had just got married. Swerve said Ospreay had changed and questioned his alliances, like, yo, we fought together, and now look where you are. Ospreay said Swerve abandoned him when he needed his help, and Swerve was like, we sacrificed everything for you and for Hangman, and where's Hangman? Swerve said Ospreay has never beaten him in 10 years. Ospreay said he's going to run through him and punched Swerve. Swerve armed himself with the chain until the Death Riders arrived. Swerve retreated, saying, nah, Ospreay, nah, Will, you have changed. It's good stuff. Jericho said, that he gets serious with Ciampa on Collision, and we'll see how that goes. Dan Garcia asked Ospreay about Swerve's comments, and Ospreay was all up on Garcia's ready to beat him down. Mox was like, these are just words. They only hurt if you let them. Our main event was MJF and his squad versus Mark Briscoe's team. Mark Briscoe, he chose for his squad, of course, his Conglomeration teammates Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy, but he also chose Darby Allin and Konosuke Takeshita. I kind of wish it was like some CMLL CMLL and New Japan involvement here, but whatever. This was a preview of the steel cage match that will be going down at Forbidden Door. This is a steel cage match at Forbidden Door and a steel cage match on Night of Champions. But Darby chased Knight into the crowd before Doyle ambushed him. Briscoe hit the Dre Jiller, but Don Callis distracted the ref. Kyle Fletcher knocked Briscoe off the top rope, and Strong tagged in, attacking MJF, but ultimately MJF countered. Strong applied the salt of the earth, forcing him to tap. The heels attacked the faces after the bell. Andrade hesitated as Callis ordered him to hold Mark Briscoe. MJF prepared to strike Briscoe with the Dynamite diamond ring and knocked him out. So Andrade looked conflicted. Andrade wants his damn title match. That's what he wants. Over on Impact, we are bucking the system. We opened up with Zaria, Brookside, and Lei Lee. Zaria sought to Lei and claimed that she deserved the Knockouts title. Zaria, not Lee. Not Lei Lee deserved the Knockouts title. Lee confronted her and called her a snake, so she won't wait for the pay-per-view and charged. The ring security separated them. Zaria used security guard as a shield to escape. This has got some heat. This has got some heat for Slammiversary. Mike Santana said he wouldn't touch Nick Newman for Slammiversary, and Santana said Nick would show the bitch in his blood. KC said tonight was about Order 4, not Nemeth, and that they needed to work together. Santana agreed to do what was best for the match. KC was frustrated as they all walked off, which led us into our match of Santana, Nemeth, and KC Navarro taking the Order 4 team of Mustafa Ali and the Great Hands. Ultimately, this was a back and forth match. Santana and Nick both scored the pin on the Great Hands, and they get the W. After the match, Ryan Nemeth attacked Santana. Santana swung at Ryan but accidentally hit KC, and Nick super kicked Santana. Security ended up separating everybody. Nick told KC, "Don't trust anybody," and Ryan backed him up. Santana tried to get them, but security held them back as well. We were in the ring for a King speech segment with Frankie Kazarian, who bragged about the legacy, introduced Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander. Slater said losing the title hurt, and Cedric mocked him. Cedric said Slater was handed everything. They argued and grabbed the belt. Ring said they would settle this in Ultimate X, and he announced that he was also entering the match. We got our injury report for KC, Lay, and the Hardys. Medical updates were shown on the screen. We got the Inside the Music with AJ Francis, who said he wanted to collaborate with Elijah. Elijah refused, so AJ brought his entire music catalog. AJ bragged about owning Elijah's work. AJ said he wanted to inspire future moguls and said he was the true star of this feud. Ricky Sosa took on Dak Draper squash match. Actually, it really wasn't a squash match. It went 7 minutes, and squash matches don't go that long, but he ultimately won with the Blue Thunder Bomb. Eric Young stared down Sosa from ringside, and that's it. You know things are serious when people stare at each other. On the Elegance brand, we're backstage. The concierge asked Daria Ray to add Mr. Elegance to Ultimate X, which she did. Indy ran into Ash and they exchanged insult, and Ash called Indy a loser. All right. Our next match was Indy versus Elena Black. Indy controlled early with strikes and power offense, but Black rallied and tried to get a near fall. Ash and the concierge distracted Indy from the stage, where Mara Sade stopped Ash from interfering, and Indy used the chaos to score the pin. Ash, Black, Indy, and Mara all brawled. Mara and Indy cleared the ring, and the Elegance brand retreated. All right, Fabian Eichner asked Santana to enter Ultimate X, and asked Santino to Ultimate X, and he allowed it. Nick asked Santino to add KC Navarro. He's also in. Fabian Eichner said Nick was trouble, and Santino looked really confused. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy teamed up with Moose to take on the other members of the system, Brian Myers, Bear Bronson, and Eddie Edwards. I believe this was our main event match. The Hardys and Moose controlled early and cleared the ring. Eddie provoked Moose, who powerbombed on the apron. The system isolated Jeff until Moose tagged in, who dominated by the system. Triple T him taking control. Alicia hit Moose with a kendo stick behind the ref's back, and Eddie pinned Moose to get the W. The system cleared the ring. The Righteous appeared on stage with the ladder, and Moose glared at them from ringside. Our main event segment was Santana entering through the crowd, and called Nick Nemeth a coward. Ryan came out to defend his brother, but fans chanted he's still a bitch. Nick finally appeared to say Santana was too emotional. Nick said Santana's success was on borrowed time, and that he would call himself champion at Slammiversary. Over on SmackDown, this is getting us closer to not only King of the Ring, but Queen of the Ring. This show gets a fist. The opening contest was the WWE Championship match with special guest referee Sami Zayn. And Sami was doing his best to call it down the middle, and he was calling it down the middle, but Cody and Gunther kept stepping out of line, so Sami had to put his hands on both of them. Ultimately, right, enough was enough for Sami, who called a fast count on Gunther, allowing Cody to get the win. Nick Aldis yelled at Sami as Gunther stormed backstage. Aldis restarted the match, that's what Cody demanded. And they get a new ref out because the other ref got taken out. Gunther and Cody traded sleeper holds. Sami ran in and attacked them both. Hit Gunther with a Luva kick. No contest. So now we're getting a triple threat match at Night of Champions. I think Sami might win. I don't know. We'll find out. Jade Cargill blamed Tiffany for costing her the Queen of the Ring match and said that she injured Rhea and wanted Tiffany at Night of Champions. B-Fab and Meechin backed her up, and Jade vowed to take the U.S. title from Tiffany. Gunther said he was screwed twice. Aldis said Sami was his choice and it backfired, so Gunther demanded a title match. Aldis said he'd consider it. Solo told Jacob to tell Roman the answer was no. Fatu warned Solo that he was running out of time. Tama told Solo not to come out later because family business was affecting theirs. Solo said they needed to focus on the tag title match, which led us into the tag title match. Priest and Truth won because I don't think they're losing the belts anytime soon. Truth rode up Tama Tonga for the win after Priest accidentally hit Solo. And and Solo accidentally hit Tyler Tonga Tama, and Tyler confronted Solo angrily. Solo said he saved them, and the Tongas walked off frustrated. Solo was upset as well. Sammy said he was the last real good guy. Aldis and Sammy crossed the line with the fast count. Sammy said Cody should thank him, and Sammy said he wasn't done with the situation. Aldis walked away annoyed. Jey Uso said he won tonight. Javon called him Unk, and Jay said he slapped the confidence out of him. Ricky Saints took on Mello. This was a number of contenders match for the United States Championship. Hayes rallied early and jawed at Trick, who was ringside. Ricky tried to steal a pin, but with the tight spot was caught. Hayes hit the first 48 for a near fall. Saints then hit Hayes into the exposed turnbuckle, and Mello was just knocked out, and Ricky got the win. Backstage, Cody said Sammy was a lie and he needed to be dealt with. Cody requested a triple threat match with Gunther and Sammy, and the Aldis agreed, so that's the title match for Night of Champions. Charlotte said she was ready to become champion for the 15th time. I'm almost sure she's been champion 15 times already, unless they've just stopped counting the NXT championship. She said beating Liv will put her back on top. We got some shenanigans with Danhausen, Miz, Kit Wilson, and Berto, Power Outage, a whole bunch of stuff, Matt Cardona, whatever. Truth ran into Finn Balor. Truth said Priest was just him and Priest just beat the Wild Samoans. Truth said Balor needed a title next. Balor said he didn't need Truth's help, and Priest said he didn't trust Finn. Jey Uso took on Javon Evans in the King of the Ring semifinal match. Javon hit an early dive. Jey slowed things down. Ultimately, Jey hit the spear and the Uso splash to get the W. Fans were not happy. I don't know when we all started to turn on Jey Uso. They shook hands after the match. Tiffany accepted Jey's challenge for Night of Champion. Green said they were equals, and she supported her. Tiffany reminded Green that she once called her tacky time. Green said it was endearing. Cody congratulated Jey and said one to go. Sammy told Jey he expected him to win King of the Ring. Sammy said he'd be champion by then. Jey said he'd do what he had to do. These three all have history together. That's WWE with callbacks? Who would have thought? Charlotte told Jade Tiffany wasn't her friend. Jade attacked Charlotte's knee before the match with Meechin and B-Fab. Following up, Charlotte said she was still going to do the match, which ultimately cost her. Liv controlled most of the match, targeting Charlotte's knee. She hit the Oblivion and applied the single leg crab, and Charlotte tapped. Charlotte Flair tapped, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. Charlotte Flair tapped. So Liv is going to the finals of Queen of the Ring to take on Io Sky. Over on Collision, we had a shocker in the women's Owens was that semifinals. Our first match was the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, the Elite, taking on the Lethal Twist. Solid match. Went about 15 minutes. The Elite were always going to win, but it was good to get Lee Johnson and Blake Christian TV time, ring time with guys like this. I want more for the Lethal Twist. Lexi interviewed backstage Mina, Chris, and Harley, and Mina said she needed the W. Chris was like, I needed it more. And Harley forced him to shake hands. Sheeta was being interviewed. She said anyone who qualifies must survive her. The TBS stands for the best is Sheeta. And she walked off confidently. Well, she confidently walked off. I hate putting ever at the end of the sentence. This was the Survival with Fearless qualifying match. Krista Atlanta, Mina Shirakawa. Harley Cameron was on commentary. Mina controlled early with her targeted offense and stat rally with power and strikes. Mina hit multiple top rope attacks, but ultimately was not enough as Stat countered the glamorous driver. They traded roll-ups until Stat scored that final cradle. Mina shook hands. They shook hands and Harley entered for a three-way hug. Tensions remain high between Stat and Mina. At some point, y'all, right? Mina's got to win the big one. The Bang Bang Gang opened up a clinic to spay and neuter your dogs. This is all for the dogs. So that tells me what's probably going to happen at Forbidden Door. Jack Perry recalled meeting Xavier Jr. for the first time, and he called him out for a match on Dynamite. Next up, we had the Hurt Syndicate winning a squash match, easy breezy. MVP said they were merchants of misery. They fight for money now. They don't need titles anymore. We just trying to get paid. Skyflight, Christopher Daniels. Chris introduced them to not only Matt Sydal, who's back from injury, but got Dante Martin a match against Mystico. We were in the ring with Jericho and Ciampa, who confronted each other face to face. Jericho said Ciampa deserved a series version of himself, and Ciampa challenged Jericho for a match at Beach Break. Jericho accepted, and they ended up fighting, leading to Ciampa attacking Jericho at the end and leaving Jericho bleeding. Dante Martin took on Mystico in a solid match. Nice little back and forth, but ultimately Mystico got the W with the top rope Spanish fly for the win. Ricochet called out Takeshita, who says he's been ducking him and he wants a shot at the International Championship. The Dogs, Mox, Cope, and Christian Connor said they were dumb and full of something, you know what I mean? Finley said they would take what they want, screw his dad, and they're taking the tag titles. Pac defeated Jay Alexander. Quick match, got the W with the Brutalizer. Thunder Rosa called out Divine Dominion for a tag title match at Forbidden Door, and she will bring a partner with her from CMLL. I believe it will be Olympia. Adam Priest took on Zack Sabre Jr. Zack made Priest tap hair. I need this match to go a little bit shorter. This didn't need to go 11 minutes. Divine Dominion accepted the challenge and said Thunder Rosa Heaven would be their hell. Bane told Russo to bring whoever you want from CMLL. Jericho thanked Ciampa for waking him up, and Jericho said Ciampa wouldn't be thanking him later. In our main event, ladies and gentlemen, Athena took on Maya World, Owen Hart semifinal. Maya and Athena exchanged early momentum. Remember, it's the student versus the teacher. Maya hit multiple high impact moves. Athena punished Maya. Athena hit the O-face and Maya kicked out. Maya ultimately countered Athena's charge with the roll up and scored the 1-2-3. She will be going on to the finals of the Owen Hart Cup to take on Mercedes Mone. They hugged in the ring. You know, Athena is Maya's teacher, and it was really, really beautiful until Mercedes entered. She also hugged Maya because this was a really, really beautiful moment. And then Athena blindsided the hell out of Maya, and her and Mercedes beat her down with the statement maker locked in. So your highs and your lows, there you go. Our matches of the week from NXT: Kendal Gray and Lola Vice versus Kelani, Jordan, and Zaria. From Dynamite, Brodido versus the Death Riders. My favorite match for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Mercedes Mone versus Hazuki in the Owen Cup semi-final match. The Don Callis family, MJF versus the Conglomeration, Takeshita and Darby Allin, and that 12-man tag from New Japan Demand. I think I had this on there last week, but Yota, Tsuji versus Callum Newman for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. From Fantastica, the New Japan and CMLL crossover show. El Sky Team versus Unbound Co. From Collision, Maya World, Athena and their Owen semifinal match. And from Ring of Honor Global War Cincinnati, Athena and Syuri for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Just fantastic stuff there. Our star of the week, Maya World for the shocker of the year, and Leo Rush for becoming the new Ring of Honor TV champion. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look at the screen what we got coming up. And you know you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and 215 on Twitter. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.